Hey, so I wanted to share with you guys some pretty important messages that are coming through, some really important guidance that we're all receiving right now, and I'm gonna try to decipher it a little bit so that we can get some clarity on it. So I'm going to be mindful that I do this video in an open state. So I'm going to do my best to give you the information through expanded consciousness so that it's not narrow human 3D information. And so when you listen to it, if you do yourself a favor and you listen to it with your own expanded consciousness, then you will receive the most important parts of it. And the words that they give me, the information that I give out, will be beneficial to you in the way that you need it to be right now. So when we are wanting to receive things in the biggest way through the big lens, we want to make sure that we're listening with our heart and not just with our mind. This is really, really important. And so if you're somebody who's energetically sensitive or you're an empath, you actually do this all the time, probably without even knowing that you do it. Just because we tend to receive information or experience things whole system, so through body, mind, spirit all at once. That's why it feels overwhelming to us a lot of the times, because it's kind of like, we have all of our speakers open, so we get blasted quite easily. But with this, I want you just to have the awareness of where you receive the information so you can use it so that it can be helpful for you. So my husband and I watched a movie yesterday called Leave the World Behind. And I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it yet. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to see it, because there are some really important messages in there for us. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it on there. And I wanted to make sure that we understand this, and not in a fearful way, because this is not meant to induce fear, because the purpose of being a light worker on this planet right now is to shine the light. We don't even have to worry about defeating the dark side. We just need to concentrate our intention, our focus on shining our light. And so I knew right away, as soon as we started to watch this movie, first of all, it's interesting because my husband was talking to me, just recently about things that he's hearing about possible cyber attacks that would be coming. And I purposely don't follow a lot of the conspiracy pages or a lot of even the light workers who talk about that stuff, just because I know their intentions are good. And I'm not somebody who sticks my head in the sand and pretends that there's no dark on the planet. But I know that it's there. I have the awareness that it's there. And because of that, I don't have to look at it all of the time. I don't have to stick my face or my nose in it all the time. And it's really important for me, and especially, and this may pertain to you as well, I've been on my physical body healing for the last year, big healing going through. And so it's really important for me that I make sure that my focus and attention is on higher frequency things and not lower frequency things. And so this is important. And again, it's not, being naive, and it's not, love and lighting everything away. It's not, because I know that there's evil on the planet. Somebody who's empathic and energetically sensitive, I can feel it instantly. I can see it instantly. But because of that, I don't need to bring it into me. I don't need to bring it into me at all. So my husband has been talking about the possibility of a cyber attack happening. He's been talking about it for a while, how we need to prepare ourselves, what the possibilities could be. And when he's talking to me about this, he's angry. And I know that when somebody's angry about something, it's fear. That's the same, anger and fear are the same vibrational frequencies. And so I have to be very, very careful that when I'm receiving that information, that I'm not taking that fear on, first of all. And then second of all, I need to make sure that I'm receiving that information in a very expansive way. So I need to make sure that my consciousness is fully open when I receive these conversations, when somebody's telling me something like that. Very similar to when I do readings for clients, so that I receive the big picture of it, so that I'm not receiving just the narrow, human, limited version of it. I need to receive the big, expanded picture of it. So then I can pick and choose what information I need and what information I can discard. And so this is really, really important. And really important message for us all in anything that you're listening to, anybody that you're including this video that you're watching with me. Make sure that you are listening through your heart center, through your whole being. And if you're an empath or sensitive, you already do this, probably without even knowing that you do it. But if you don't, just have a moment to consciously receive everything so that it goes through your big filter, and then you can decide what's important for you and what you can release. Does that make sense? So I really do believe that there's an important message in this movie that's come out. And I really want to make sure that I talk with you guys about this from a place of love, from a place of light, because it's going to induce fear in everybody, and that's part of the agenda, right? Remember, when we are in a fearful place, when we are feeling fear, our frequency is lowered, our vibration lowers, and we are easier to manipulate. Okay? So we need to remind ourselves about this. And the thing about it is, fear is not generated from the outside, it's generated from the inside. So the good thing about that means is that we get to choose what we feel. You guys following me on this? So this particular movie was produced by the Obamas. And I'm not a political person. That's a very heavy, dense arena of energy, so I try to stay out of it. But I've never had a good feeling around them or their energy. There's a definite darkness and a definite connection to darkness there that I can feel, that I've always been able to feel. And there happens to be 3 major Hollywood stars that are in this movie. And we know, if we want to follow the darkness on the planet or have the awareness of what the darkness is doing, we follow the elites and we follow money. And of course, that includes Hollywood. This is not saying that everybody is, but the theme, the energetic theme of this definitely is a dark energy. And so there are some really important messages in this movie. And I really feel like it's almost like these little kind of tests get put out there. These little test strips that the dark side puts out there to test our pH on this, to see how easily we fall into fear, and then how easily they can manipulate and control us through that. And so I'm hoping that, because everybody has been given so many opportunities over the past, accelerated opportunities over the past couple of years, to awaken to it, to see everything for what it really is. I'm hoping that the reaction to everybody when they're watching this movie, or to the majority of people, will be of empowerment and not the opposite, which is the intention of it. And here's the thing I want to share with you guys. So as we were watching it all in the beginning, there's, some things happened and the entire grid is down. So no cell phones, no computers are working, no internet, no satellites for even the satellite. Everything has been taken out. And so everybody in the movie, obviously they start to go into a panic. They go into fear mode. The GPS isn't working in the car. They can't find out where they're going. All of the things that you would use electronics for. And I just kept on hearing and getting this download, this information of, once upon a time, we didn't have any of that stuff. And we did just fine. Once upon a time, there were beings on this planet who didn't have satellites and didn't have cell phones and didn't have computers and didn't have Wi-Fi and didn't have, they didn't have any of that stuff, and they did just fine. Yeah, if it happens, would it be a shock to our systems? Absolutely. Would it destroy us? No, it wouldn't. We're very resilient. Human beings are very resilient. And remember, we're not just human beings, we're souls. And because of that, that means that we've come here with a higher consciousness. We come with a connection to source energy, which is the highest consciousness, the highest power ever, period. So we can watch a movie like that and we can allow it to drop us into fear and panic and chaos and worry. Or we can watch a movie like that and go, okay, thank you. Thanks for giving me the warnings of what's coming or what could be coming or how it could happen. Thanks for giving me the heads up, because now, through a higher state, I will make sure that I'm prepared. I will make sure that my family is safe. I will make sure that we have everything that we need. I will make sure that if that happens, we do everything in our power to keep ourselves safe and healthy and strong, because those are the most important things. And we know so much about, alternative healing and energy medicine and, the power of prayer. And we have all of these tools that can't be taken away from us. And we have all of these tools even when there's no satellites and no internet and no phones. We have these tools because they come from the light. And the light that we are connected to can't be put out. Now remember, the movie will have an agenda. The agenda is to induce fear in you. Fear dims your light. The purpose will be to dim your light so that it can put you in a state of fear so that you can be manipulated and controlled. But you are going to remember that you are a being of light and that you choose to be a sovereign being, and you will not be controlled by the dark, and you do not consent for any other energies to have access to your energy, to your light, to your source. And feel that, honestly feel that, and allow your heart to open up, your consciousness to expand, and allow yourself to release the fear that gets generated. Allow that, we all will feel the fear. We all will feel it because it's purposely being sent to us. It's purposely, trying to be ignited within us. But we can recognize that and we can release it and let it go, and we don't have to keep it. We get to choose that. And so let me know, because I'm hoping and praying that through our expansion of consciousness, through our awakening together, through this journey that we've been going on, that more and more souls are coming online, and more souls are having the awareness that yes, there is an agenda, that we are part of the agenda because we are light sources. And the energy that we hold is very, very valuable. And so the dark does want that. They do. But that doesn't mean they can have it. Not without our consent. And so let me know in the comments if you've watched it or if you're going to watch it, and how you felt after you watched it. And if you have the awareness of it lowering your frequency, or if you were able to rise up and out and through it. Because we will rise up and out and through this. We're going to have gratitude for the messages that are in it that is going to help us be prepared. We're going to prepare ourselves. We're going to do everything in our powers that we need to do to keep our families safe, to keep ourselves safe. But we're going to do it from a place of love, and we're not going to do it through fear. So let me know in the comments how you're feeling through all of this. And know that because this is such a massive thing, going out to so many souls, if you're energetically sensitive, you're going to feel a shift in energy over the next little while, because you're going to feel a drop. There's going to be the initial drop of that fear coming through, and everybody taking that massive amount of energy on, but then we're going to see it climb back up. We're going to go back up into the light, because we are the light. We just forget sometimes, but that's okay, because it's always there. It never leaves us. Sending you guys huge, huge blessings.